Okay, so now we're going to go through how to do a chevron, which is where you have to change the butts on the machine, so the low and high butt needles. So first of all, you need to pull the needle bed out, and just do that quite gently. When it's pulled out, you need to put a cone of yarn over the end of the guards that you pulled out, so that it's protected when other students are moving around the room. You can see it. So you pull these out, and what you need to do is you need to do a pattern of low and high butt needles. So if you look on your sheet, there is these little number ones, and if they're the bold ones, that's a high butt needle, and the smaller ones are a low butt needle. So for this one, you've got front and back bed, you've got 10 high, 10 low, 10 high, and then the opposite on the front bed, so 10 low, 10 high, 10 low. Doesn't have to be 10, but it needs to be even number, and they need to be opposite each other to give this zigzag effect. So the high and low butt needles, I don't know if we can see them, there they are like this, and one's got just basically got a higher end than the other one, and so that's what you're arranging the pattern. So when you're taking them out of the needle bed, you literally just lift them out, and then you put them in the pattern that you want them to be in. That's the same if you're changing a needle. Just check when you pull the needle bed out that there's not any kind of big lumps of yarn or fluff caught in there, and then you can just give them a quick brush. You can use this brush and just brush the channels just to check before you put them in. Also, the little latches on the needles, are they here? These little latches can get a bit caught under the needle guard sometimes, so just try and shut them if you can before you push the guard across, so that it doesn't get caught. And that's it. So I've already set it up in the chevron thing. So I'll just push these back in. I'm just, to move the needle bed, I'm just using one of the weight hooks. So just use one of those because it's kind of easier to push them in and out. Okay. So you just cast on as normal with the draw thread as done before. So I'll just do that quickly. Hang the weights on. Together, three in the back bed with no yarn, and pick up your main yarn. So one row all, 3 rows tubular, and then you're ready to do the pattern. So if you look at the sheet, it tells you what to do with the cams. So the cams are these levers and switches. If you look in your cast-on pack, it's got this sheet with what number all the cams are, so you can follow that on the machine. So if you just put that next to the machine, and you can see that it's cams 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then you just follow the instructions on the sheet. So basically all the cams are normal in full working position, apart from cams 7 and 8, which are in half position. So you just put these switches down half a position. and that's your carriage set up. And then the only other thing you have to do with chevrons is racking. So your racking handle is on your left hand side and it just moves the bed up and down. So with chevrons you just need to rack down and rack up every row. So rack down, knit one row, rack up, knit one row, rack down, knit one row, rack up, knit one row, rack down, rack up, rack down, rack up. And you can change colour again, so down, up, time. That's it. It's basically just normal knitting, but just racking up and down. Once you've set up the bed and the cans, you don't have to change anything else. So it's just remembering which row, whether on the up row or down row. Okay, and just take it off. Just press the switches down, lift your weights off, and put them on the back of the bed, and then take the sample off. Break it off. And there it is. And it comes out, the zigzag comes out a lot better once you've steamed it. But that's basically how you do it. And it varies a bit on different gauges.